Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I remain Roger Altizer, and we're going to show you another amazing capstone game. Whisker Witchery is going to be your favorite game about magic, rats, and, well, revenge. I don't know if that's actually true, but we'll find out in a minute. All right, let's go ahead and look at the trailer. Okay, I'm not going to lie. That trailer sucks me in every time. It's just magical, and that music and those graphics just transport me there. Hey, team, would you introduce yourselves and then go ahead and give us like a little elevator pitch of your game?
Yeah, of course. So, I guess I should introduce Braden since he doesn't have a headset, but this is Braden.
Braden was not allowed to have a headset because of what he did last time with one.
And then I'm Ray. I'm an engineer, and I'm also a UI artist on the game.
And then I'm Morgan Hannafin. I'm a level designer.
I'm Henty. I'm also a level designer and also did some UI art.
All right, so what is this game you made?
All right, so this game is a 3D stealth puzzle platformer, and you play as a rat that was originally a witch, and you were cursed by your rival, and your goal is to go through the witchy cabin. You dodge enemies and fire spirits in order to collect ingredients to make a potion to be a witch again.
Oh, that sounds awesome. And we're going to see some gameplay here as we talk. So this game, where did you get this initial idea? Like, where did that idea come from? Who came up with it, and how did it evolve over the course of development?
Hey! Original pitch and all.
Original pitch. So initially, I remember sitting in my design class, and I was just thinking about an animal game to pitch for a capstone class because everyone needed to come up with their own game idea. And I love animal games and platformers, and so I just came up with like a witchified rat idea. Originally, it was supposed to be more owl heavy as well. Like, you're just always avoiding this owl in the game, and you're collecting rings and stuff that give you magical powers. But from there, it branched out into just potions and fire spirits, and it's grown into its own thing since then. But it all started with my passion for animals and just having a cute little game to play.
Well, and to be honest, it being cute from the beginning was one of the things that made it just a darling with our industry representatives who really were excited about it. Fernando was excited about it. I was excited about it. So let's talk a little bit about how this game looks. Tell me how you got to this art style, because it's really rich and magical looking.
Should I talk about it? Or?
Yeah, whoever you'd like to.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Well, I feel like it went through a lot of iterations, but we already had a lot of amazing 3D artists on the game. And just so many talented texture artists, and together we just came up with a more mystical look for the game. We didn't want it to be low poly or super cutesy. We really wanted to lean into the elegant essence of it. So all of our 3D artists and artists in general really did an amazing job, just really going ham on it. I feel like our game is one of the best environmental games that we've gotten out of Capstone this semester. We just went ham on everything. It's really impressive. So.
And also, I feel Morgan and Jordan did a lot lighting job.
We did. So what you're seeing now is our first iteration of lighting. We've come a long way. So I'm super excited for our players to see the new environment on Steam. It's amazing. We went through a couple iterations just to get it perfect. We didn't want anything too dark or too light to really set the atmosphere and the aesthetics we were driving. And it came out perfect. So I'm very excited for you guys.
Oh, it's so good. Hey, make sure that your mics are lifted up towards your mouth, just in case. Then it's going to, no problem at all. So I want to talk a little bit about the level design in this game, because the levels changed dramatically, right? And I'm wondering if you could tell me, I have a burning question I need to answer. What is up with those fingers? There's like these fingers, these bony-looking, chopped-off fingers just float in the air.
Yeah, that was Hunting's idea.
Okay,
Go ahead.
yeah, so I designed the tutorial level, which is the first level. I had an issue with like where you guiding the players to where like you want them to go. And so basically my level theme was like the alchemy lab, which they like the witch have a set of monster stuff and ingredients, and finger was one of them. And I was just like, one day I was like, I look at the assets, I was like, oh, that's a really good one. But fingers, well, maybe we can use the finger to point somewhere.
Oh my
that will be
goodness.
very funny. I just came up with like a funny idea. I wasn't thinking to make it moving or anything.
Yeah.
But like our 3D artist was like, oh, I really like that idea. Do you want to animate it? Like,
It was
we can-
perfect for the tutorial.
yes, like we can
was.
animate it, and then he did it, and it just become perfect.
So it's follow the floating fingers.
Right.
At least for the first level, we
least-
really
Right.
wanted to focus on the tutorial for the fingers so the player understands where to go and what are useful to them in their environment, because we do have a ton of assets. So
Right.
making that known in the beginning is something we wanted to do for the players.
I'm going to ask a trick question. How many levels?
We have 3.
3 levels?
Yes.
How long is the loading time in between each level?
It's all in one map, so there's no loading screen.
No loading
We-
screen.
Yes, we really wanted to utilize Unreal 5 as much as possible, and we wanted everybody to see the environment no matter where they were at. That was really important to us because as a rat, your environment's huge, and we wanted to get that across for the players.
Oh, that's amazing. So really, it's almost like an open world game, but it's been built into 3 separate platforming levels,
Yep.
right? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's just genius,
Get to
isn't
make
it?
your way around the cabin. It's beautiful.
Are there any shortcuts? Can you like skip things?
You know, we've actually had some speed runners. We did get rid of a little like bug that was causing the speed running, but there are different ways that you can go around it. So it's really interesting to see our players try to see how fast and slow they could do the speed runs.
So I got to ask, because we just saw it on the screen, the VFX on this game are just delightful, right? You've got a bunch of these beautiful glowing, twinkling lights everywhere, and then when you pick up that bottle, it really glows nice. Can you talk a little bit about what inspired that and how that's done?
Yeah, so for the potion bottles specifically, we came across the issue of players just running straight past. They really loved the environment. They loved the rat mechanics, so we noticed that they would run straight past. So I worked with one of our artists to come up with a solution for the potion bottles, and the solution was putting a spotlight in that potion bottle specifically, so it gives a glowing effect. So it not only draws players' attention, but it also ensures that they are grabbing something that's crucial to traversal.
Nice, nice. And those potion bottles, let's talk about those for a little bit, because I think that's really smart. So when the potion bottle is like this, full of green, and the rat picks it up, what are they going to do with that potion bottle?
Okay, so here's the tutorial. So basically, you can see all these dead vines in the level, which you cannot do anything with them. But with this potion, and you can make them grow. Like, so you can actually climbing on and then get to where you want.
To branch off what Hunting said, we also have another bottle in our game. They're actually a different shape to indicate it's a different use. They're an empty, like, circular potion bottle. The player will utilize these to distract our fire sprites. So there'll be 2 different types of potion mechanics, and we introduced that in level 2 and level 1.
That's really clever. So you have these green glowing bottles that are like magical miracle grow.
Yes.
And it makes the plants come up. And then you have these empty bottles that you can throw as a distraction. I've seen The Walking Dead. I know that works.
It does. It's very, very nice.
So who are the enemies in this game?
Yeah, so we have 2 different types of fire sprites. We have our big guy, which you have seen up there. He is meant to block off pathways. There's no way to get around him without essentially dying. So you have to utilize those empty potion bottles to make way. We also have tinier fire sprites. These patrol a smaller pathway. There's one of them.
Oh, great.
And they're very fast.
Yes, they're
they're
very
really fast.
fast.
Yes, they're very fast.
So for this type of level, you'll really have to utilize that hat mechanic. That'll allow you to hide from those enemies and really use your environment to hide as well.
We haven't talked about the hat mechanic that's on screen now. Who wants to
love
tell
the
us about
hat.
the hat?
Oh, I could talk about it. So the hat is one of the mechanics we've had since the very beginning, since our very first 2-week prototype. The whole idea is to lean into the stealth mechanic and use it to just navigate the level. You just the hat enlarges, you hide under it. Whenever the fire sprites are around you, they miss you as long as you do it before you're in their range. So you're just completely invisible to them. There's no like, what's the word? Like a timeout. Like you can do it for as long as you need to, and you just have to be very like conservative with when you do it, because if you fall into that little red radius that's showing on screen, then you will be seen regardless of the hat being on you or not.
We do also have a player constraint. The player's not able to move once they have that hat on. So if you are in the fire sprite's pathway, you will still die regardless.
Yes.
So you have to make sure that you're not just using it all the time and staying stationary, or else you will still get caught.
So you can't just hat spam your way through
Yes.
the game.
No. We wanted to make sure that did not happen.
Yeah.
Hey, so we're down to our last minute, so I just want to give you a chance to plug your game, tell people where they can find it.
Yeah, so we are currently streaming, or we're on Steam. We're also on Itch. We really are excited for you guys all to play our game, so I hope you wishlist it and play it a ton. We have added a lot to our game recently from what you've already seen, so we're really excited for you guys to get the chance to see something new.
Can they download it on Steam already, or can
Yes.
they just wishlist it?
Yes.
They can download it.
Yes, it's playable already.
You could be playing Whisker Witchery right now.
Why aren't you?
Why aren't you?
Add to wish list.
Yeah,
it.
seriously, adding it to the wish list really does help them out. It's just clicking that little heart next to the word wish list, and it allows these games to be found better by both Steam community and by Google. So, yeah, go ahead and wish list those games, download it. This is a family-friendly, fun game that's just incredibly charming. So give it a download and try. Thank you all so much for being here. I love this game. You should all be really proud of yourselves. And sorry we didn't have a fourth headset.
He's chilling.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much,
Thank
Roger.
you so much.
Appreciate
All right,
it.
thank you. All right, and we're going to go ahead and look at some of the alt controller games next. And so we're really excited about those.
Cool.